Thank you, FHS Band and Mr. Edgston. Good afternoon and welcome to Trojan Stadium at Fairfield High School on such a beautiful day. We're glad to have you as our guests as we honor our class of 2014. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Zach Ryder, FHS Vocal Music Director, and the Vox Choir.
Stop your crying, it'll be alright. Just take my hand, hold me down. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For once was fall, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. The bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. And you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. And you'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. You'll be here in my heart, always.
Tell everybody that I'm on my way. New friends and new places to see. Blue skies ahead, I'm on my way. And there's nowhere else that I'd rather be. Tell everybody that I'm on my way. And I'm loving every step. With the sun beating down, 'cause I'm on my way. And I can't keep this smile on my face. 'Cause there's nothing like seeing each other again. No matter what the distance between. And the stories that we tell will make you smile. Oh, it really lifts my heart. So tell them that I'm on my way. And I just can't wait to be there. With blue skies ahead, yes, I'm on my way. And nothing but good times to share. Tell everybody that I'm on my way. And I just can't wait to be home. The sun beating down, yes, I'm on my way. And nothing but good times to share. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Oh, you'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. Say forever and always. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Oh, you'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. Say forever and always.
right, thank you, Mr. Ryder and Vox. Great job. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Fairfield Community School District Superintendent, Mr. Sathoff, as he gives the welcome address to the class of 2014.
Welcome to Trojan Stadium this beautiful afternoon as we honor the graduating class of 2014. Graduation is an exciting time for the seniors, of course, and it's also a special day for the graduates' families and friends. At this time, I would like us to all pause just a moment and share a moment of silence to remember our loved ones who are not here to share the celebration with us today. Thank you. This morning I had the pleasure of speaking to the senior class at their baccalaureate service, and part of my message was taken from Henry David Thoreau's writings. I hope that you seniors will take to heart some of the advice that Thoreau had to share. For example, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success in unexpected and common hours. You can have uncommon success if you go out and live life instead of waiting for it to happen to you. Advance confidently in the direction of your dreams, seniors. And don't feel like your dreams have to be the same as everyone else's. Be your own person. Thoreau says if a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music which he hears, however measured or far away. You sit here this afternoon as young adults with different talents, personalities, and interests, and that's a good thing. You don't have to let other people define you. You get to write your own story. And I think it can be a challenge for people to do that today because we have so many experts, so many ads and media voices telling us who we should be. And I really encourage you as young people getting ready to write this next chapter of your own story to resist that and be your own genuine person. Cut through the clutter and the noise out there. The way Thoreau said it many years ago was simplify, simplify, simplify. Let your affairs be as 2 or 3, not as 100 or 1,000. And I think that's good advice because we can't do 1,000 different things well, or we can't be 1,000 different things to 1,000 different people. I talked this morning a little bit about knowing what your big rocks are. In other words, you need to know what your non-negotiables are and what your guiding principles are. And I shared this morning that my big rocks are faith, family, and work. But seniors, you need to figure out your own. That's very important. And until you do that, life is more complicated. It's difficult. Sometimes it might seem out of control. But once you have your big rocks, then decisions get easier. Seniors, I really believe you have a great foundation laid for you with this community, with the education that you've gotten at FHS. I know that you as a class, as a group of young people, are going to be missed here. I've had the good fortune to work with some of you and to know some of you. And I think I speak for the staff here, the faculty, and your classmates in saying that as a class, you have enriched the lives of the people who've been able to know you. And I thank you for that. I wish the class of 2014 and their families much happiness, success, and peace in their lives. And I hope you enjoy the afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sathoff. At this time, I would like to introduce the student commencement speaker, Jordan Whitney. Well, I'd first like to take a minute to let all you stragglers who came to see Jim Carrey speak leave. Sorry, but you're stuck with me. Now, I understand, though, because last weekend I was one of those stragglers at MUM's commencement. One, because it was Jim Carrey, for crying out loud, and two, I wanted to see how this whole speaking at graduation thing works. Now, what you guys don't realize is how easy he had it. He had this long, fancy introduction,
And not to mention, he's one of the most famous actors / comedians of our time. So of course people were going to laugh at his jokes. But I'm Jordan Whitney, and the most fame I have is from a bunch of 3-year-olds who saw me in Zombie Prom. So cut me some slack if it's not quite up to par with Jim's. If you don't think I do a good job, well, don't get mad at me. Mr. Hosbund and Mr. Selecta taught me everything I know in their speech classes. But in all seriousness, I would like to thank them for giving me the confidence to stand up here and speak in front of you all today. I don't have time to thank many people specifically, so I'd like to thank everybody, all the parents, grandparents, other family members, faculty, and friends who have gotten us to where we are today. I'm truly honored and humbled to have been chosen out of such an incredible class. There's so many individuals who are very worthy. And I've worked with many of them in various activities, and believe me when I say that 15 years from now, they're going to be doing amazing things. After all, I promised Micah Harris I would say this. Fairfield Trojans are this nation's backbone. We have people becoming doctors, teachers, people going into the workforce, people going into the military, and we even have a pancake-eating champion in training. I'm talking about Riley Hamill, in case you're wondering. So it's so cliche to say, our class is unique, or our class is special. And I want to stay away from being cliche as much as possible, so I won't say that. But I did think of a better way to describe our class. Our class is, well, weird. I don't think many basketball coaches across the nation have had to deal with players leaving practice for band and choir and National Honor Society and Student Council as much as Mr. Miklo has these past couple of years. And at the Lions Club Top 10 Scholar Banquet, they thought this was the first year that all 10 students had a 4.0, which I think is something that deserves a round of applause. So when I say that this class is weird, I mean it in a good way. Now there's one boy who would be graduating with us today if not for some unfortunate circumstances, and that boy is Patrick Morton. Patrick had Down syndrome and was in our class up until 7th grade when he passed away. I can honestly say that Patrick was one of the most loving kids that this world has to offer. Every day in class he was giving people hugs. And that's what we're here in this world to do, to love and show compassion and to build relationships. And so I'd just like to take a moment to honor Patrick Morton as a member of the 2014 Fairfield High School graduating class. So as I said, last Saturday I went to listen to Jim Carrey speak. And all jokes aside, there was one story that really hit home with me, and I want to share it with you all today because I think it's very fitting for high school seniors. Jim said how his father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for himself. And so he made a conservative choice and got a safe job as an accountant. And when Jim was 12 years old, his father lost that safe job. He was let go. And his family had to survive however they could. And then Jim said, and this is what really struck me, I learned many things from my father, and not the least of which was that you could fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance at something that you love. Now, I've been told many times in my life to do what you love and the money will come, but it's never felt very genuine, and it had sure never changed the way that I think, like the way Jim put it did. I just came to laugh at some of Jim Carrey's jokes, not get my entire perspective on what I want to do with my life changed. But I've really thought about this idea ever since last Saturday. With senioritis kicking in these last couple of weeks, I've thought, man, I can't wait till this is over and I can move on to the next thing. But then it hit me. After college, when we go into the real world, as everybody calls it, there's no getting through the next 4 years and moving on to the next thing. It's the rest of your life. And so I went back to this idea of taking a chance on what you love to do, and it just starts making more and more sense. And so to all of us high schoolers, I issue a challenge to really delve deep into thinking about what you want to spend the rest of your life doing. It's not too late to change and make sure that it's something you're passionate about. I truly believe that this class has so much potential to make a difference in the world, but it will be so much more rewarding when it's something that you love to do. Thank you.
Awesome job, Jordan. I've read that speech, and he just nailed it without any of this stuff. Nice job. Way to go, Mr. Selecta, Mr. Hosbach. Nice job. Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Brian Stone, FHS Associate Principal, as he will recognize academic achievements based on transcripts at the end of the first semester this year. Mr. Stone, at this time, we will ask students and parents to be recognized for each level of academic honors. Please hold your applause until the students within a category are recognized. Students, when your name is called, please stand and face the audience. Parents, please stand when your student's name is announced. Mr. Stone.
It is my privilege to introduce the students that have earned academic honors for the 2014 class. Students that have earned honors have maintained a 3.5 to 3.69 GPA. Cooper Dahlstrom, son of Jill and Sean Dahlstrom. Jacqueline Flinchbaugh, daughter of Sharon and Jim Flinchbaugh. Jonathan Haney, son of Noah and Daryl Haney. Vincent Horace, son of Nancy and Jim Horace. Dorian Larson, daughter of Roanne and David Larson. Paige Palmer, daughter of Jeannie and Shane Palmer. Nicholas Rich, son of Crystal and Robert Rich. Alexander Shear, son of Erica Richards and Steve Shear. Claudia Sloat, daughter of Roberta and Darian Sloat. Ariel Smith, daughter of Paige Fraga. Brooke Stever, daughter of Lori and John Stever. Kayla Wyrip, daughter of Denise and Arnold Wyrip. Will you please give them a nice hand? Students that have earned high honors have maintained a 3.7 to 3.89 GPA. Sarah Adam, daughter of Becky and James Adam. Catherine Box, daughter of Kathy and Marty Box. Sydney Burnett, daughter of Jill and Steve Burnett. Keegan Drish, son of Corey and Roger Drish. Mason Ellis, son of Mary and Matt Ellis. Riley Hamill, son of Jennifer and Dennis Hamill. Laura Jackson, daughter of Kimberly and Jess Jackson. Lalita Martin, daughter of Laskimi Martin. Cecily Martin, daughter of Stacy and Steve Searin. Valerie Payne, daughter of Beth and John Payne. Carrie Ann Schwartz, daughter of Rebecca and James Schwartz. Wyatt Stark, son of Kimberly and Michael Stark. Meredith Walrick, daughter of Jonna and Jeff Walrick. Erica Winslow, daughter of Kim and Steve Winslow. Will you please give them a nice hand? Students that have earned highest honors have maintained a 3.9 to 3.99 GPA. Eden Bell, daughter of Susan Ligon and Mark Bell. Coren Hucke, son of Susan and Fred Hucke. McKenna Ledger, daughter of Kim and Barry Ledger. Marissa Rep, daughter of Kathleen and Brad Rep. Jessie Warner, daughter of Colleen and Richard Warner. Crystal Wyrup, daughter of Denise and Arnold Wyrup. Jorge Whitley, son of Gabriella Saldivar. Will you please give him a nice hand? Students that have earned excellence honors have maintained a 4.0 GPA. Matthew Carr, son of Vicky and Joe Carr. Joanna Funkhauser, daughter of Kim and Jonathan Funkhauser. Hannah Greiner, daughter of Lori and Jeff Greiner. Kara Greiner, daughter of Michelle and Mike Greiner. Joseph Hippus, son of Joanna and Kevin Hippus. Michaela Kessel, daughter of Lori and Steve Kessel. Talia Larson, daughter of Lori and Larry Larson. Cheyenne Laux, daughter of Garnett and Mike Laux. Huma Liptak, daughter of Tracy and Robert Liptak. Jordan Whitney, son of Rhonda and Kent Whitney. Will you please give them a nice hand?
All right, thank you, Mr. Stone. At this time, I would like to welcome Fairfield Community School District's Board President, Jennifer Anderson, to address the class of 2014.
On behalf of the Fairfield Community School Board, congratulations. High school graduation is the completion of all that you have worked towards and accomplished since you began kindergarten. You've had many people to guide you along the way, from your family and friends to all the staff here at the school district. We all celebrate your achievement. All of us sincerely wish each one of you success. Now that you move to the next stage of your life, your success is much more dependent upon you rather than your schools and your family. What is successful is defined by you. There are parameters that everyone needs to achieve to become a functioning, self-sufficient member of our society. But I am pointing to those dreams and aspirations that you have beyond that. Here are 4 suggestions to help you to attain success. Cultivate the ability to think for yourself. If you take nothing else from your education to this date, take the lesson of a lifelong learner. As you have already begun to experience, many people will give you advice, like in graduation speeches. Listen to their words of advice, compare them next to your own thoughts and values, sift through them, the good and the bad advice that you will encounter, then base on your assessments on all those points, move toward your goal. Think for yourself. Number 2, character. Character is defined as the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. This is a topic that you began hearing about in grade school. Character education teaches you students how to use and make wise decisions and act on them. I imagine you remember those 4 pillars of character: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Please remember these as you continue, no matter what your path is. They will serve you well. A notable quote by Michael Josephson that I want to share with you is this: people of character do the right thing even if no one else does, not because they think that it will change the world, but because they don't want the world to change them. Character is not something you're born with, but something you develop along the way. Don't sell yourself out. You need to remember that the foundation on which your core values and principles are based. Everyone needs these values to give them direction to make good choices. In the next stage of your life, fewer decisions will be made for you, less encouragement will be given along the way, and less tolerance for poor judgment. It is our choices that show who we truly are, not our abilities. Choose wisely. Number 3 is set goals. Goals are extremely important to give your life a direction. They will be short-term and they will be long-term. They will be adjusted along the way. Some goals will be blown away quickly. Others will take a lifetime to achieve. The harder a goal is to achieve, the higher level of satisfaction and self-worth that will be felt by you. Be patient with yourself, with external factors along the way, but don't give up. Things will come to you when you are ready to handle them and not before. Just keep walking the road. The 4th is leadership. My last suggestion came from our minister, who is also battalion chaplain for the 224th Engineer Battalion, Chris Fisk. He shared a statement with us that he got from the U.S. Army Doctrine, publication 6-22, and it is as follows. Leadership is a process of influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation to accomplish the mission and improve the organization. As you think about that statement, you may realize that it can apply to various entities, such as the Army, a workplace, a club, or your family, all of those that you will encounter. It states that it is a process, and that means that any and all of us can perform this. Not everyone is a leader naturally, but when you're involved in an activity or profession that you truly enjoy, it is easy to develop into a leader and influence others. Be mindful of how you go about influencing others. How you accomplish this is reflective on the type of leader that you become. Once again, leadership is a process of influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation to accomplish the mission and improve the organization. In closing, my charge to you is this: work on your own definition of success. Focus your energy on that. Think for yourself, develop your character, set your goals, and develop strong leadership skills with the best possible influence on others. Build momentum, and you will find ways to succeed. We wish you well as you strive to meet your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. Board President Anderson, Superintendent Sathoff, members of the FHS faculty, parents, and especially our graduates, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us to celebrate this great day with our Fairfield High School class of 2014. I know that this has been a day that these seniors have been waiting for a long time. There may be plenty of parents that can't wait just like the kids, but I'm sure there are many here today thinking, how did we get here so quickly? No matter what emotion everyone is feeling today, I want to share that this group of seniors is absolutely awesome. Mr. Stone and I talk daily about how awesome our kids are at FHS, and these seniors in front of us today are top-notch kids that have represented themselves, their parents, school, and the community to the highest degree. Fairfield, you without a doubt in my mind should be so proud of what these students have become and who they will become someday. The motto for the class of 2014 is, to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but also believe. This motto fits exactly with the Fairfield Community School District's vision of dream, think, lead, and act. We're creating tomorrow's dreamers, thinkers, and leaders. The last part of the motto, where it states that you have to also believe, is so important. This might be where a stapler or something else comes in handy. This is also an area that you have to be selfish with now and in the future. Sometimes if you don't believe in yourself, who will? One of my favorite clips about believing comes from a movie with Will Smith called The Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith has been trying hard to find a job and no one else is believing in him, but he continues to chase his dream. At a part in the movie, his young 5 to 6 year old son is playing basketball with him, and his son makes a basket and he says he's going pro. Without going word for word, Will Smith says, I don't know. You're only going to be as good as me, and I was just average. And that is probably where you're going to end up. You'll excel at a lot of things, but I don't want you out here all day and night shooting this ball. His son says, all right. Gets mad, throws the ball, and puts the ball in the grocery sack he was using to carry his ball. Will Smith immediately knew he crushed his son. And now remember, this can relate to any situation in life. He stops his son, looks at him intently in his eye, and says, hey, don't let anyone tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right? His son says, all right. Will Smith says, you got a dream, you got to protect it. People that can't do things themselves, they want to tell you, you can't do it. You want something, you got to go get it, period. This is something that you as graduates need to remember each day. You may have faced this as a young adult, and there's no doubt you will face a version of people not believing in you. You have to continue to be that passionate dreamer of who you want to be in the future. You know you have people in your corner, like friends and family, that will always believe in you no matter what. In life, though, you will find out that it is the 1 to 2 people that will stick with you. This will either stop your dreams in their tracks or serve as motivation to continue working harder to prove yourself. This addresses the part of your class motto and part of your vision, of our district vision, that addresses ACT. How will you respond over the next few years of your lifetime when an opportunity presents itself? What I know of this class, you will definitely protect your dreams and go get them. As you're sitting here today, I look at your life ahead of you as if you're sitting at an airport. Sounds pretty good, right? Everyone here has a different destination they will be heading to. Everyone will pack their bags differently based on their interests and desires. The departure times and arrival times are all different. Almost all destinations will be different. Some will be taking off to places they can't wait another minute to get to. Some will be going to places they have thought about, but still are a little hesitant of what will be waiting for them when they arrive. Some of you may really enjoy your destination and will find a way to make it a one-way trip. Others will like different aspects of the destination, but think you need to jump to another plane to another destination. This is going to happen. It's part of the learning experience. Then there are others that just don't like to fly at all and don't want to hop on the plane to a certain destination. I encourage all of you to take risks. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to hop on that plane to the unknown. Get on the plane and see where it takes you. You never know what the opportunity lies in front of you when you finally put your feet back on the ground. Through this process, don't forget about your air traffic controllers. This includes your family, friends, and anyone else that has played a positive role in your life. I know I just stated that you have to be selfish in what you want to do. But these air traffic controllers can guide you in the right airspace. They have experiences that can help you get to where you want to go. Appreciate them for what they have and will do for you. They have helped make you what you are today. No matter where your destination in the future takes you, be in the moment today. Be right here and nowhere else. Enjoy this day. You're going to hear people today and many other days talk about your goals, your future. Don't forget the now. You will never get this now again. You will hear people say, "Oh, to be back in high school again." Maybe. Well, you are going to be one of them someday too. Don't ever forget this moment and how this day feels. Finally, this group of seniors is one of the finest I've been around in my years of education. They are a group that I've enjoyed like crazy, and I know many others can say the same thing. This is a group that is going to be deeply missed at FHS, and our underclassmen will have many big shoes to fill. No matter who you are today, truly invest in this group, not only for future jobs, which I would highly recommend that you do, but invest in them as people. You're going to want them on your team someday, whatever your team looks like and stands for. I can tell you from our experience, you won't ever regret it. FHS class of 2014, I am so proud of you and your accomplishments over the last 4 years that I have witnessed. Again, I am not the only one that can say and feel the same way. We celebrate your successes and future endeavors with you today. I and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being you and for whom you will be in the future. Understand where your roots are from here in Fairfield. Those roots have done you well. Don't forget to come back often, or at least time to time, or even plant your own set of new roots right here. Remember, you are always welcome here at FHS. We wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you. Jordan, I'll do better next time. And now what everyone has been waiting for. Mr. Sathoff and Board President Anderson, I will present to you the Fairfield High School class of 2014. They have fulfilled the requirements set forth by the Iowa Department of Education and the Fairfield Community School District Board of Education. These students are ready to receive their diplomas. Junior marshals, please begin to line up the graduates. Sarah Christine Adam. Allison Brooke Angstead. Eden Marie Bell. Rachel Lynn Biggs. Benjamin Jacob Nathaniel Boonder. Bailey Nicole Bowman. Catherine Johanna Box. Elaine Marie Brandt. Leah May Browning. Wyatt Scott Bruce. Michael James Brush. Sydney Ann Burnett. Keith Carroll Burns. Matthew Joseph Carr. Danielle Nicole Cassidy. Margaret Josephine Cubbage. Cooper Swede Dahlstrom. Sonia K. Denny. Keegan Dean Drish. Jacob David Dunn. Mason James Ellis. Rachel Marie Farrell. Federico Ferretti. Dakota Wayne Fields. Jacqueline Grace Flintspaw. Austin Allen Francisco. Caitlin Danae Frick. Joanna Christine Funkhauser. Landon Thomas Gamreth. Fallon Daleen Catherine Garrison. Hannah Jo Greiner. Jade Brianne Greiner. Kara Jo Greiner. Austin Wayne Gridley. Dylan Patrick Gridley. Leon Grund. Nathan Covey Hare. Michael J. Hamilton. Riley Dobson Hamill. Seth Alexander Haney. Micah Nathaniel Harris. Summer Dawn Heckathorn. Brooke Irene Helmick. Joseph Kevin Hippus. Jonathan Molly Haney. Amanda Marie Hoffmeyer. Vincent James Horace. Coren Frederick Hucke. Jacqueline Aletha Engel. Laura Helene Jackson. Kara Beth Johnson. Joellen Marie Keenan. Michaela Ann Kessel. Tyler Michael Crumbles. Dorian Jean Larson. Talia Leilani Larson. Austin Tyler Lauderman. Cheyenne Elizabeth Laux. McKenna Joe Ledger. Justin Miles Leonard. Huma Davy Liptak. Emily Kristen Manning. Jared Michael Manning. Callie Ann Martin. Alita Inez Martin. Cecily Ann Martin. Jesse Allen McCabe. Hunter James McLean. Jacob Roger McLean. Haley Catherine Metter. Alyssa Dawn Murphy. Morgan Lee Neal. Jacob Aaron Nelson. Madison Taylor Nelson. Paige Noel Palmer. Ananosti Papazulu. Valerie Marie Payne. Randall Wayne Pugh. Brandon James Rauscher. Marissa Jane Rep. Nicholas Robert Rich. Brandy Marie Rude. Miranda Evelyn Sanders. Brendan James Schmidt. Carrie Ann Schwartz. Brett Nicholas Scott. Austin Dean Shelby. Dylan Eugene Shelby. Alexander Bowman Shear. Seth Aaron Simmons. Claudia Corinne Sloat. Ariel Ada Smith. Maxwell Francis Spalla. Wyatt James Stark. Brooke Ashley Stever. Amber Nadine Thomas. Sherry Lynn Thomas. Ethan Clark Tillis. Erica Sinithia May Topping. Jennifer Nicole Triska. Chester James Vogt. Meredith Claire Wallerick. Jesse K. Warner. Kayla Diane Wyrup. Crystal Lynn Wyrup. Jorge Antonio Whitley. Jordan Heston Whitney. Erica Diane Winslow. Madison May Wiseman. Christopher Allen Workman. Sajmir Lilia Wright. Okay, will the class of 2014 please stand and face the crowd? Please take your tassel and move it from the left to the right, signifying that you are a graduate of Fairfield High School. families, friends, and guests, it is my pleasure to present to you the Fairfield High School graduating class of 2014. Let's give them a hand.